Hello everyone, it's me again, and I'd like to say that I think I'll be switching over to console gaming in the near future. This topic's been in my head for quite a while now, and the decision, I made up my mind. I think I shouldn't say I think, but I plan on trying to switch over to console gaming. I mean, don't get me wrong, PC gaming has some really good upsides to it, but I've been looking at it, and I think console gaming suits me a little more. So yeah. Alright. So stick around and I'll tell you why. Alright, hello again. So PC, like I said, switching over to consoles, PC has good sides, but it also has a few downfalls. Here's one of them. Well, with the PCs, I understand that in the long term, if you're a really hardcore gamer, a PC is actually cheaper. PC gaming is actually cheaper than console gaming, considering how the price of PC games, they drop faster than console games do. It's kind of like a trend. It's not always the case though. So yeah, but consoles in the short consoles on PCs on the short term, a console is much cheaper. At the short term and whatnot, and a lot of people even to the long term, consoles remain cheaper and whatnot. And here's so yeah, that's one thing. Here's another thing. System requirements. Now, I read a lot on PCs and whatnot, and I like to think I'm quite familiar with them. But I see I read the system requirements on a game. I see my rig basically just meets the recommended system requirements or like exceeds them greatly, and I get the game. I'm really excited for it, and then when I launch it, it's lagging. I'm like, alright, let me just restart quickly, make sure it's updated. Check my drivers. I see things are okay, and then I'm like, why am I lagging? Why is my performance like this? Why am I getting these occasional frame drops that just so happen to mess up my experience and whatnot? And it's just that kind of stuff. It's like this game was not well optimized for the PC. These system requirements are a lie, and and then I look for outside sources of help. They give me stuff that they tell me stuff that I already did. They tell me stuff that's not useful. They try and make it sound like it's my fault. It's like, oh, forget it. And then what I mean, a lot of games, your computer exceeds the listed requirements for it, and you're lagging. It's like, what the heck? With the console, that does not really happen as nearly as often, and if it does, usually a day one patch will arrive. So yeah. Another thing is that this brings me to the next topic about patches. I'm pretty sure this happens in console gaming as well, but I feel like it's a little bit more common in PC gaming. I don't like it. What am I talking about? Well, say you pay for a full price game, right? And then you realize that there are patches, so many patches, bug fixes, performance, optimization that doesn't really help, all this stuff, and you're like, well, wait a second. I paid for a full price game. Why did I get a copy why did I get an incomplete project, an incomplete game that still needs a million patches? I mean, yeah, it runs, but it's like, why weren't these issues already solved? I mean, you paid for a full price game. You only got part of it on the release. You only got most of it on the release date. It's not fair. So yeah. What I want to say is yeah. Oh damn, I lost my thought. Man, this isn't good. I'm running video here. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on, I'll just Alright, I'm back. So, what was I about to say? Yeah, so, I know, at launch, a console isn't exactly perfect either. There's still some features that are unavailable and whatnot, but, I know, but, what I'm really focusing more on right now is the game, not necessarily just, the console features and whatnot, like TV, stuff like that. I just want the console for gaming stuff. So, yeah, I also know that at this point PCs are actually stronger than consoles or have met the consoles. But at least when you buy the game for the console, it doesn't lag, right? So yeah. Here's another thing. The worst part is with PC gaming, I can't return the games. It's like it's not working out for my computer and whatnot. I can't play it, and I can't return it. I mean, most of the time, it's not even like a physical copy, it's a digital copy, which has its own ups and downs, but in this case, it's a down. Like I said, I can't return it. It's like, I don't even feel like I own the game anymore, I feel like I just, bought the rights to, use one copy for entertaining purposes and all that complicated stuff. And I'm like, Well, what's up with all that? You know, with the console, you buy a copy, you have a physical disc you could look at and stare at. You know, like a little bit of a trophy thing. You know, it's like a nice little trophy, medal, whatnot, and you feel like you own the copy. Now, I understand that consoles are becoming more like PCs, and they're it's not that simple anymore. You know, the discs have DRM and all that stuff. It's starting to get a little bit complicated how you share stuff you already bought and how you resell stuff you already bought. It's getting slightly fuzzy in that area, but it's still, still has that feel of, sense of pride, sense of ownership in it. So, yeah, it's another thing. What else did I want to talk about? Hey, I'll be right back. I'd like to clarify right now that when I say I'm switching to console gaming, it does not mean I'm gonna abandon PC gaming. It's just that, when in the future, as I get discretionary funds, like entertainment monies, like spare money after everything else is settled, instead of maybe upgrading my PC or buying a PC game, I'll just use it to grab a new console or grab a new console game, as I save a little bit of money here and there. So yeah, once again, this does not mean I'm abandoning PC gaming. It's just that I'm gonna be like focusing on console gaming. So yeah. Alright, so that's all I could think of at the moment. I'm almost positive that there are some other underlying other reasons why I'm switching, but you get the point. So yeah, I guess that's just all I want to say at the moment. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing I'd like to say is that we have like games that are on consoles but not on PC, and then we have games that are on PC but not on console. Now, most of the games that you find on PC and not on console, they don't really have they usually don't have very demanding requirements. So I just have my current PC run that or whatnot, or like at least a PC that's not exactly top of the line and whatnot. So yeah. As for the other way around, it's like really let me put this another way. There are more games on consoles only that I like that I would gravitate towards than only PC only games that I gravitate towards. And even then, I could just get, usually in most cases I'll be able to get average computer to run games that are like PC only and whatnot, because a lot of those games, they're just like a small like small indie projects that aren't really demanding and whatnot. So yeah, so ideally for me it'd be probably I'll be like someone with like an average PC and a gaming console, then a high-end PC and no console. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say at the moment. So yeah.